If y'all can't hear me, I'm sorry. I'm out sitting out on my porch. I like sitting out on my porch in nature. But I wanted to say something. You know, I ain't trying to be no content creator. All that. I don't care about none of that. I just wanted to say something about what social media has going on the internet. Like, with the girl Brianna Battle. I really want to say something about this because I've been like looking at her shit, like going through this divorce shit, whatever, since she brought it to the internet in October 2022. And I was just looking because I knew her personality, her spirit looked so familiar, so familiar. I've been through it before, but I couldn't pinpoint. I had to think back, think back, think back. So I thought, in her personality, her spirit is just like an ex best friend I used to have, just like her. My ex best friend used to act just like her. Excuse me. Let me tell you why. Okay, I met my best friend. I don't fuck with her no more now. My ex best friend, like when I was 14 years old, and when I met her, I think I'm like a year older than her, something like that. And when I met her, she was cool or whatever, but I kind of knew she was a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? I knew she was a little bit off. But I, continued to be her best friend. You know what I'm saying? So, um, this is one of the personalities that Brianna acts like my best friend. Um, they really envy you and at the same time jealous of you. They envy you at the same time they jealous of you, and they hate you too. But they envy you and they jealous of you. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. So one day, me and my best friend, like, we went to a concert. And this was a group out like I think like 1991, 1990, yeah. And it was The Boys. Yeah, I'm that old. And we went to their concert, right? And we had front row and shit. And I'm on there being me, because I know how I am being me. You know, I'm screaming to holler, at the boys at the concert. So the whole time she was just looking at me like she really wasn't enjoying herself. She just kept watching me. I'm like, why is she watching me all the time? We at a concert, girl. Girl, if you don't motherfucking get up and do something, we at a concert, kick it. So keep in mind, at this time I'm 14, she like 13. So the boys, one of the group members, they pulled me on stage and stuff. They was singing, whatever. Then they gave me a rose and stuff. So after that, after the concert was over, we had went backstage and took some pictures. I wish I had them pictures to this day that y'all could see the look on her fucking face when we took them pictures. And I paid attention, but never really paid attention to the looks on her face. Bitch was wicked. So when we took the pictures, in the pictures and shit, she looked just so angry and envious and jealousy. She is like she had so many type of spirits on her. And the way she was looking at me in the picture, like this bitch was mad at me. She hated me. So, but I continue to still be her best friend. And I'm gonna tell you why I continue to be her best friend. And I'm gonna tell you why Robert continued being with Brianna after them 6 years when he knew he really didn't want to be with her. Um, I continue being her best friend because I knew she was sick in the head, like mentally sick. I knew something was wrong with her. Like, pay attention when Robert had said in one of them videos, he told Brianna, "You're sick. You're sick." He wasn't saying like, "Oh, you just do stupid shit and go on by your business." No, he was saying she was mentally sick, ill. And she is. He wasn't lying about that. He was saying she's sick. And he stayed being with her because he was afraid. Or the majority probably what she was capable of doing. I'm telling you, people are sick in the head. And at the same time, he felt sorry for her. That's why. And that's why I continue being her best friend. But another example of Brianna is just like my ex-best friend. The personality is just wicked. Okay, fast forward. Maybe 2 years later, whatever. We still best friends. I'm like 15, 16. No, fast forward a year later. 15, I'm sorry, like a year later, 15. We had moved, because we stayed upstairs from her. We had moved, my mother and stuff, we had moved to another side of the town. So I still was her best friend. She'd still go over there, kick it with her, blah, blah, this and that, whatever. So one day I was in school, right? I was in school. And in school, I really ain't fool with too many people like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't give a fuck about hanging with bitches and shit at school. But I did have this one friend in school. Me and her was real cool. And, but that's the only girl I hung with in school. So one day, it was like 5 or 6 girls came up to me and shit. And had asked me, is my name Plaza Skipper, whatever. So I'm like, yeah. Oh, and I'm going to give this best friend name. Her name is Clay. Okay. So they was asking me, do you know, no. They came up to me and they was asking, is my name, da Skipper this? And I'm like, yeah, wow, what up? What's up? So they was like, I heard you been talking about us. I'm like, what? All of them. I think it was like maybe 6 of them. I was like, talking about y'all. Like I said, keep in mind, I only hung with one friend in school. I don't fool with bitches like that. I didn't even know these fucking girls. I seen them in school here and there, but I don't know them. I don't talk to people. So I was like, talking about y'all. I'm like, no, I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? They was like, well, we just heard you was talking about us and da 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 da, and you was saying this and that. I'm like, bitch, hold the fuck up. What the fuck is y'all talking about? I don't talk to people. So luckily, my cousin went to that school. My cousin just so happened to come down the hall. He seen them bitches all, just standing around me and shit. So he came in there like, what's going on? So I'm telling him, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So we still talking whoop the whoops. So I'm kept asking him, what the fuck is that person name who said I was talking about y'all? Who the fuck is y'all talking about? So one of the girls said the girl name, Clay. So I'm like, are you sure you talking about Clay? They was like, yeah, Clay. And you trying to ask them, like, Clay, da 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 here, Clay, da da da. They was like, yeah, that's her. And I'm sitting up in my head now. I done forgot about these bitches trying to fight me. Up in my motherfucking head, I'm trying to figure out why the fuck would she go back and tell these girls this shit like this? Like, what is wrong with her? So whatever, we kept talking with her and we squashed it out, whatever. So I had told him, I said, you know what? When we get out of school, because some of them girls were on my school bus. I said, when we get out of school, we gonna go up to this bitch motherfucker school, because me and her, my ex-best friend, we went to different high schools and shit. I said, we gonna go up to her motherfucker school, and I'm gonna check this bitch, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this bitch is a motherfucker liar. So, school out, we go up to the school and shit. We waiting for her to come outside, she never came. Luckily, that day, the bitch ain't go to motherfucking school. She ain't go to school. So the girls was like, all right, whatever it is, what it is, squash it, and they left. They never said nothing to me again ever since after that. So, I said, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go to this bitch house. I don't give a fuck. Back then, we ain't had no cell phones and all that shit. We text the bitch and call the bitch up, bitch, I'm on my way to do this and da da da. We had to go over there and see a motherfucker. So I was like, okay, I'm about to go to this bitch house. I walked over that bitch house. I ain't give a fuck. I think I was like, yeah, 15. I walked over that bitch house. So I walk over there, I knock on the door. Bitch come outside. So I'm asking her, did you go back and tell these girls at school that I wanted to fight them and da this and that? She looking at me crazy as fuck, ain't saying shit. So I'm asking her again. She still ain't saying shit. And then I asked her why. And you know what? I will never forget the look on this bitch face when I asked her that shit. Why? It was like a evil smirk grin. I can't explain it, but it was wicked as hell. She still ain't saying nothing. I'm like, this bitch is crazy. For real. That's one of the personalities that I see in Brianna that my ex-best friend has. Because remember when she lied and told the police, Brianna, that Robert had a gun. The police came out there. The police could have killed that man, I'm telling you. And my ex-best friend did the same thing, but she could have got me motherfucking killed unalive. You know what I'm saying? Doing that goofy shit. It's like their personalities don't give a fuck what they do to people. And that's how my ex-best friend was. Like, it's like she ain't had no empathy, no remorse, no nothing. I was like, yeah, this bitch sick. And Brianna act just like her. It's like, it ain't like Brianna don't want to take accountability. It's like, I'm telling y'all, it's some mental shit going on. It's like some wicked shit in their head. It's like what she doing, she think is right. She don't think it's wrong. It's like they empty inside, like they had no empathy and nothing. That's how my ex-best friend face was looking. Brianna looks like that. It's a spiritual thing. Like, these people are fucking sick in the head. But anyway, continue on. My dumb ass. After that, I still, my dumb ass, like I said, was still being her friend. But after that, I ain't see her for like, months and shit after that. Really say nothing. But my dumb ass still was being her friend because I felt sorry for her and I knew this bitch had some motherfucking issues. Maybe I just wanted to see how far this bitch can really motherfucking go. I don't know. The bitch was just fucked up. So, now keep in mind, I just moved from over there where she stayed at maybe a couple of months before. So one day she wrote me a letter and said that she just had a baby. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I know this bitch lying. Bitch, I just seen you. I just lived upstairs from you. And you had a baby. So I'm playing along with the shit, entertaining this dumb asshole. I'm like, oh yeah, she wrote the letter. She wrote in the letter. Then in the letter, y'all, she sent me a picture of the baby that she just had. Y'all, this picture, you could tell that was, I don't know who picture it was, but it was looked like it was from maybe, I say 1979 through maybe 1981 picture, like the way it looked it. I said, yeah, okay, I'm going to entertain this dumb hoe. So I'm like, okay. So I said, I'm going to go to her house and see her baby, even though I know she lying. Like, she really lied, said she had a baby, had sent a picture and everything. Went over her house, no baby. I knew that. And I asked, I said, where your baby at? This bitch looked me dead in the motherfucking eyes and said, what the fuck you talking about? I said, I had the letter with me and the picture and everything, y'all. And I gave it to her. I said, so you didn't write this? She was like, no, what did you tell me? I ain't never had no baby. I never said, like, nothing like that. Like, she really stood in my face, bold face, in my face, and said that she didn't write that letter. Like, sick in the motherfucking head. I'm telling you, Brianna act just like her. Sick in the head. Something mentally wrong. Someone's mentally wrong with this girl. So, long story short, I just brushed it off and said, all right. After that, I didn't really see her for like a year because I started kicking it with this other girl. That girl right there really was my best friend. But that's another story. And at the time, I was rapping and singing and stuff, trying to get record deals or whatever it is. And I still got it in me. But anyway, I really didn't see her too much after that. So one day, I went over her house, just to go over her house, just to see how she was doing. And she was kicking it with some other person. I don't know who the fuck she was, her new friend. I don't know. And that's another thing too, with Brianna, like act just like my ex-best friend. They can't keep friends around, and the friends they do have around, they like her flying monkeys. Like they do what she say. I don't know, but it be dumb motherfuckers that she hang around. See, she knew I knew what the fuck was up on her. I knew the bitch was fucked up in the head when I first met her. She couldn't pull that shit on me, but she act just like Brianna. Like, they can't keep friends around, and they so jealous of you, and they envy you at the same time, and they hate you. Like, and they mimic things that you do and want to be like you. Brianna act just like that. She did that with Robin, want to be just like them and mimic them, but hate them and envy them at the same time. I'm like, y'all, this shit is just crazy. Like, wild as fuck. But my ex-best friend acted just like that. But it's a whole lot of shit I gotta say about her, but I'm gonna cut this shit short. This is the last example, too. How a motherfucker act just like Beyond did crazy as fuck. This is like back in 2012. I was going through a divorce. My ex-husband was going through a divorce. And when I was going through that divorce, that's how I know Brianna ain't healed, honey. Because, baby, I've been there. I was really fucked up in my head when I was going through that divorce. Like, a lot of shit happened to me. I wasn't healed. I had to get my shit together. So I had to go back. I went to Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland. So I went to Cleveland for a little while, me and my kids. This back in 2012, 2013, something like that. At the time, my kids was like, 2 was teenagers. No, 3 actually was, and 1 was 9 and 12. So, no, 2 teenagers and a 12-year-old, 9-year-old. That was how old back then. And I went up to Cleveland, and I was really going through stuff. Trying to find some way to stay. It's like I really was going through it. So, when I got up there, I contacted her, and, asked, can I come over there for a little while? Whatever or not. So she said, yeah. So I went over there, I was telling her, you my best friend, we talking and shit. Like, I was really fucked up, y'all. And I tell you, fucked up from that divorce. Like, I was going through some stuff a lot. But I got my shit together, though. I healed from it. But anyway, and even though I was going through so much at that time, like, I had lost weight, some of my hair fell out, like, but I was just like really going through it. And even though I was going through all that shit and going through a divorce from a man, 4 kids, my ex-best friend was still jealous of me. She still envied me and still hated me at the same time. I ain't had shit and I was going through shit. Why was you still jealous of me, mad at me? So one day I had left her house. She was just so, I stayed at her house for maybe a week. And she started acting funny. I already peeped game on. She was so jealous of me. Like the bitch was just doing weird shit. And I had called my brother and told my brother to come get me. I went over his house. And when I went over his house, she had texted me. It was like that my kids had took something from her house. But they didn't. And I don't know what the fuck was on my mind that day. I don't know. Maybe I was drinking. And I was drinking when I was going through that divorce. That was something happened to me when I was going through a divorce too. I text her back. Matter of fact, I didn't even text her. I called her. And I tell you, I read that bitch because I've been wanting to do it for so long. I read the shit out of that bitch. I told her, bitch, how she really was. How she mental in the head. Obsessed with having kids. Compete with me like just crazy. Delusional. I told her she was sick. Like she needed help. Like, I read that bitch down. Shit, to this day, that bitch, I figured she was coming. I ain't give a fuck. I ain't really fuck with her like that no more anyway. That bitch won't block me from everything. That bitch make sure she don't see me on no social media site. That whatever I said to her, what I said to her touched her motherfucking soul because it was the truth. That's why I really want to say Brianna battle act just like my ex-best friend, and it's a mental issue. I'm not a doctor, but in common sense, you can see motherfuckers they ain't got too many scruples in their motherfucking brain. Yeah, she was really fucked up in here. My ex-best friend act just like her. They jealous of you. They envy you. They'll try to get you murdered. They'll try to cause harm to you. Just sick. They antagonize you. They just fucked up in here. They compete with you. Every time I had a baby, she would go, I have a baby. But bitch, I stopped that for. This bitch kept going and going and going. Like she just kept having babies by me and wanting to stay. Like this bitch is sick. And I remember this is the last thing and I'm gone. This was maybe like 2019, something like that. If I'm not for sure, maybe 17. I seen her daughter on social media one day. I don't know why her daughter contacted me. I never had a problem with her daughter, her oldest daughter. And she said her mama was like fucking crazy in the head. The same shit I was saying. She was going around telling everybody she was pregnant, but she wasn't. But she made herself look pregnant. Because I remember seeing one of her pictures on social media that she looked pregnant, but she wasn't. Her own daughter was saying there's like something wrong with her mama. Like she act like she pregnant, but she don't. Like she obsessed with that shit. Told you, and Brianna act just like her. Brianna Battle act just like her. Something psychological wrong with her up in the head. When Robert said she was sick, when he told her you're sick, he meant that sick in the motherfucking head. Mentally. She's not capable of nothing. That's why that man stuck around. He cooked and cleaned, took care of them kids. Took care of them kids. She wasn't capable. The bitch is sick in the motherfucking head. But that's what I wanted to say. I knew her spirit looked familiar. Because I had an ex-best friend that acted like that. I did. Like, this shit is crazy. It's wild. That girl really need to go get checked the fuck out for real mentally. I'm telling you that it's not good. Whew. When any man lay down with her, y'all motherfuckers crazy. But y'all have a good day, though.